by his own grandfather.
Today, prosecutors charged the 53-year-old suspect in connection to the grisly death of Andre Smith. Fox 6's Aaron Maven live at the Milwaukee County Courthouse with the horrific details revealed just hours ago. Aaron.
Ben and Mary, prosecutors say Andre Smith was struck repeatedly with a sledgehammer, cane, and other items. Today, his grandfather was charged in connection to his death, and we want to warn you, details in this case are extremely disturbing.
His cries wouldn't hurt, and that's gone. He's gone. Baby, gone.
Heartbreak from Nikita Martina, the mother of 12-year-old Andre Smith II, who died Sunday after prosecutors say he was violently beaten by his grandfather at a Milwaukee home.
Andre was sweet as pie. He was so kind.
Tuesday, 53-year-old Andres Martina was charged in the killing of his grandson. Prosecutors say the beating began after Martina accused the boy of stealing his money. Court documents say Smith and his younger brother were at a sleepover at their grandfather's house when the accusations over the stolen money began. Smith's younger brother told authorities they were struck with a mallet, sledgehammer, a coat rack, and a cane. The medical examiner's office said Smith suffered a severe skull fracture, consistent with multiple blunt force blows to the head. The middle school student died at Children's Wisconsin.
He had to kill my baby.
Prosecutors say Martina told police he didn't remember using a sledgehammer and admitted to losing control. Meanwhile, Nikita Martina is mourning the loss of her son, allegedly at the hands of her father.
It's not right. I ain't slept or ate since they called me Sunday morning and said my child was dead. No mother want to get that phone call. It was on 12.
Nikita Martina lives in Atlanta and drove up when she heard the news. She told me that she had been working to get custody of her son, and when her father talked to police during an interview, he told them that in 1989 he killed the boy. He also said that this incident lasted more than 5 hours. Reporting live at the Milwaukee County Courthouse, Aaron Maven, Fox 6 News.
So that right there was a news clip of something's going, a child being buried, probably already buried. He was murdered by his grandfather, who already had a murder case of killing another child in 1989. As you heard his mother crying, and you know, she did not want him around her children because of what happened in 1989, and he just beat the kid, beat him with a sledgehammer and killed him. I mean, and admitted to it. His name was Andre Smith, who was 12 years old. I have here's another clip of some gruesome details that happened in Baltimore 2 weeks ago.
We're also running graphic details about the moment police found 2 children dead in a southwest Baltimore apartment. Their mother has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. WJC's live. I'm at Burnett with details of the charging documents. We're going to warn you, the details are very disturbing. Have a joy.
Hi, good evening, Vic. Well, those charging documents, as you mentioned, they set up a very graphic scene inside that apartment. It was a maintenance worker who went inside after his manager requested him to do that because someone complained about an odor. And we want to warn you once again, everyone, what you are about to hear could be very disturbing. A judge ordered that Jamiria Hall be held without bond as she waits for the next steps in their case. The 28-year-old has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder after her children were found dead Tuesday in their southwest Baltimore apartment. According to charging documents, Hall drowned and strangled her daughter, 6-year-old Denaria Thomas. When a maintenance worker went to check on their apartment because someone complained about an odor, Denaria was found lying face up in the bathtub with an apparent clothing object wrapped around her neck. Her brother, 8-year-old David Thomas, was found in a sleeping bag, and when a forensic examiner turned him over, a large knife was in the right side of his chest and a trash bag around his face and neck. Police say their bodies were decomposing.
You see children that
So I'm fixing to play her confession, the mother's confession of killing her 2 kids.
Baltimore City Police say they will charge the children's mother with their deaths.
WJZ is live tonight at City Police Headquarters. Abigail Burnett explains this is not the first time that she has faced charges related to her children. Abigail.
Well, we took a look into the court documents, and there were 2 reckless endangerment charges from back in 2018. Earlier today, the police commissioner said that little girl was 6 years old, the little boy 8. They were found dead yesterday in Southwest Baltimore.
I'll be honest, I didn't sleep much last night.
Baltimore City Police have arrested a mother after her children were found dead Tuesday.
We can confirm now that the mother, 28-year-old Jamara Hall, is the suspect in this case, having confessed to no one.
Police said someone called at the Coventry Manor Apartments in Southwest Baltimore Tuesday afternoon because something smelled bad. When officers got there, they found 6-year-old Denaria Thomas and her 8-year-old brother, Davin Thomas, and their bodies were decomposing.
I'm just shocked. Nothing happens in this neighborhood. This is quiet. Nothing happens at all.
Police Commissioner Michael Harrison said detectives were able to track down the mother and arrest her Wednesday morning.
Our detectives worked really, really hard to locate her, and once she was located, she was brought in for questioning.
In a separate incident back in 2018, police reported that the children were reported missing, but they were later found with their mother at a local hospital. The commissioner said investigators will be looking into the mother's background to see if she had any previous contacts with social services.
We will close any gap then.
So the reason why I want to talk about, I'm playing these 2 news clips about different situations or different incidents of kids is because people don't take mental illness seriously. I mean, we're talking about mental illness. We're not talking about, you have to be mentally ill to want to commit suicide. To kill your kids. So let's talk about mental illnesses. Mental illnesses are health conditions involving changes in emotion, thinking, or behavior. And some of you might have all 3. Mental illnesses are associated with distress and or problems functioning in social work or family activities. Mental illness is common. Now, they have 5, I'm finna just name off the main mental illnesses orders, okay? And 1 is clinical depression, 2 anxiety disorder, which I have, 3 bipolar disorder, 4 dementia, 5 attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, 6 schizophrenia, 7 obsessive compulsive disorder, 8 autism, 9 post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, they knock these down with so the 5 categories of mental illness. I read 9, but there are 5 that they basically, and they're the same thing I just read, types of mental illnesses. What causes a mental illness itself occurs from the interaction of multiple genes and other factors such as stress, abuse, or traumatic events, which can influence or trigger an illness in a person who has inherited these illnesses. They say the severe mental illnesses states that severe mental illnesses is defined through diagnosed disability and duration and includes disorders with psychotic symptoms such as schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, manic depressive disorder, autism, as well as severe forms of other disorders such as major depression, panic disorder, and many more. the most mental illnesses diagnoses are anxiety disorder, affecting 40 million adults in the United States age 18 and older. 18.1% of the population each day. Anxiety disorders are high treatable, yet only 36.9% of those suffering receive treatment. They also talk, how can you prevent it? You can't prevent a mental disorder. All you can do is just, there's no cure basically. All you can do is just take your medication. Now, some people, take, what they are and take the medication. They use illegal drugs with it, and that's what makes it worse. You have to be really serious and careful, and to know what can trigger you, what cannot, and the side effects to it, or the symptoms to it, but I wanted to, talk about, different, cases of mental illnesses that happens every day, with people killing people, adults killing kids, kids killing adults, kids killing each other. Those are serious issues that need to be taken care of, and to the world itself is not really, they don't really want to talk about things like that, like the two cases I played in the last video, a lot of people aren't talking about them, and it's real, and it's happening this week, so people like to overlook things like this, I think it's sad, and it should be, addressed, and they need to have some type of awareness for these mental illnesses, to let people know it's okay to have them, and this is what you have to do to balance it out and control it, so you can have a normal, healthy life, and there's no awareness to it. A lot of people talks about, people who have mental illnesses or bipolar or whatnot, they call them crazy, cuckoo pills and the other, and you can't do that. We all have some type of mental illness. No one's perfect, So that's one thing I wanted to talk about.